Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. This video is on the newest addition to our series that we're going to be doing. So now we are, just to keep everyone updated, we are dropping Contraband Police as, to be honest, the rest of the story isn't that interesting really. It's the same stuff over and over again. There's nothing really unique about it. I got into it a little bit off camera and kind of just lost interest in doing it as a recording too. So we've moved on to now both Terraria, Slime Rancher, Just Cause, and RimWorld. But for this episode and for this series that we're going to be doing, what is this? What? That's a big boy. So this is modded. Nothing really realistic about it, and we are starting out with a extremely overpowered character. Now, the reason that I'm starting out with an extremely overpowered character is I have a specific mod that within like the first few days, a character could show up. The character will have armor and everything that makes him like run at 500%. Essentially, let me just show you guys the health stat here, right? So all of these will be, for the enemy guy that I'm talking about, will be at like 500%. And they zoom around, don't miss a single shot, barely, I think they don't even take damage due to the armor that they wear, and they just completely destroy us. So I made it a bit of a challenge here. We are starting out with one guy in the completely the naked escape, I believe it's called, scenario, where you start out with no items, no nothing. What we have though is a extremely overpowered character. So as you can see, he does have talents for everything, and that's for another mod that I have that makes this guy a bit stronger. But he isn't maxed out on all skills. There are some that he isn't. This was because he was basically captured by this organization known as the Void, which we'll meet in a bit, I'm sure. And then he is, in his adulthood, he was a champion of their thing. He has a few traits here, not too many, and then he has his, you know, he's a immortal essentially made by them, and then he follows a specific religion. So the religion is just Christianity is what I called it because I myself am a Christian, and we follow Christ obviously. And then we have all of these. I didn't really change too much. I just made it so that you can actually have these guys for the mutated animals to be accepted because I couldn't without. I think there wasn't a way for me to do it other than just making it forced accepted, which is fine by me. So, with our now overpowered character, now it is paused. We essentially have to survey our land, right? We want to know where we're building. What are these? Despite having a guillotine for the mouth, the lockjaw does not seem to be an overly aggressive creature, preferring to prey on local wildlife rather than local populace. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Um, Scary, but cool. Might tame a few of them, I won't lie. We'll see how it goes. Same with this thing here. Now, one really cool thing is that we do have every single one of the DLC. What are you? A man trap? Okay, I'm assuming that's dangerous. And then there's a few other things here that aren't of the alpha genome. What are you? You're a dusk prowler. That's a bit scary. So, first order of business is we now need to find out where we want to live. And we live in a mountainous area. That way we can be a cave dweller, essentially. This area does look quite nice to... We can like wall off here. We'll use the top of this for farms and whatnot. And then we'll build into this mountainous area here. I think that might be the plan. So, on that note, we're going to go over here, go to the orders, and we're just going to cut down a bit of wood. Now, we're not going to do too many, as we don't want our character to be too overwhelmed. One other thing we're going to do is we're going to make everything manual. Now, because he is the only person in, technically I wouldn't have to touch any of these. But eventually, you know, we will leave it for later on when we get any slaves and other things like that. This is the Fallen Monolith. It's part of one of the DLCs. We are not going to interact with that just yet. The moment that we interact with that, anomalies go from a, I believe I set it to 25% chance all the way up to over 50. Now, the reason I did that is, again, I'm trying to make it so that the high character skill that we have is balanced. So we are on a 500% difficulty. Essentially, I've made it as hard as we can, and we are just going to have to hope for the best, along with, with all the wood. Now, back to this. The reason why we have all of these having a passion is because if we click on this little star, we get what is known as expertise. Now, these add very small bonuses. And really, with there's a lot of bonuses for every single one of the little classes, each one of these subdivisions. We're going to be taking every single one because we are meant to be the strongest that we can be. Now, again, there's a lot. There is 65 of them. Not too many, is what I want to say, but realistically, it is kind of terrifying. Now, it is currently winter, I realize, um, and we can still, I mean, plants are still growing quite okay. So we're actually, we might be in a good little spot here. Now, the reason I chose this land is because I am personally like marble and slate looks of bricks and stuff, and that's essentially what I was going for. Now that we have done that, we're now going to do a simple little mine. Now, this is where I'm going to build the wall down over here. So let's put a planning. This is where our wall is going to be. It's going to be like that. So with our wall being over there, I want to build, maybe I will go, let's go over here, I think. Because it's not too far from the wall, and there's plenty of space afterwards. So we'll go over here, we're going to dig into there. So we're going to take this little 2 slot here, and just mine a little cavern there. And then right over here, where we have this little opening spot, we're going to do a kitchen, essentially. Now, kitchens I like to do into, this little divided plan. Actually, let's go and put this over here. I think we'll put it over there, and then we'll split this so that it's more like that. That way, we can actively, let's actually move this over like that. Now, as you can tell, I'm not really good at planning things. So, we're gonna get a bit started here, and hopefully nothing bad happens. Alright, so here is our first encounter with the Void enemies. Um, like I said, they are overpowered. Now, the faction themselves are not all that too strong. Total control, I mean, there is nothing, really. Now, if we were to instead go to his health, you can have a look at that yourselves. But this is what it looks like, and this is one speed. One speed, this is what they look like when they are walking on basically on soil. Now, that's with them, how they're walking, right? Let's have a look at their gear here. So, the Void helmet gives, as you can see there, a bunch of different stats, including aiming accuracy. The Void Tech skin gives move speed and work speed. The reactive gives move speed, vacuum resistance, bulk capacity, carry weight, weapon handling, resistance, and then a bunch more other things. And then this one gives a bunch of bonuses to all of the more social things. They then also have really, really good medicine, but this is the most terrifying of them all. This is a minigun. That is a minigun with a 2,000 RPM. And then there is also these, which is a Dusk Mag. This is their rifle. This is the range of it. So, those are the enemies that we are going to have to eventually fight. Now, if we are stupid and don't want our guy to survive, could say something incredibly insulting and immediately attack them. This will end the run. We have no way to win. Or we could be a bit smart about it and beg for mercy, because we need mercy. Now, we are incredibly weak, as you guys know. We have nothing. We need mercy. So, what we're going to do, as you can see here, greetings, we are Void. It is a pleasure to meet you. Currently, this planet is under maintenance. Unfortunately, not everyone in the local sector received the memo. You have to leave effective immediately for your own safety, and because you are currently trespassing. Terribly sorry for the inconvenience caused, but we do own all of the land rights to this planet. The digital records are available to view in our nearby settlement. The advisor shrugs at you like something wrong, trying to act human, right before standing eerily still as you think of your reply. Now we're gonna beg for mercy. So here we go. There's no need to worry. We grant you 30 days extension. Consider this your final warning. If you are still here after your extension, we will return for you. Please accept our token of hospitality, a leaving gift. Goodbye. Now, the gift is some medicine and wine, because we're going to need to drink our newfound horrors away. So, that is the Void. And let me tell you, they are a horrifying bunch. Their armor, as soon as they get into like any kind of conflict, has a shield that most bullets cannot penetrate or damage, causing, to be honest with you, a lot of distress. Now, we have set up a bit of a system going here where we have a bunch of working stuff. Because our guy is a vampire, he does not need to sleep. Now, I don't know, to be honest, why this is. I think it might actually be with something with this. I think I turned on the no sleep. Yeah, never sleep. I actually want to change that quickly because I don't. I like the idea of it. Why are you vibrating when the time is paused? Can you stop vibrating? All right. Well, let me surprised. Let me quickly fix that. I want them to actually sleep. I don't like the idea of a no sleep colonist, as it doesn't really sit right with the idea narrative that we are human. Kind of makes that go all the way. So let me fix that quickly. And just like that, we've gone and fixed it. Instead of never sleep, it's now low sleep. So they do need to sleep, just not nearly as often. Really good. We are vibrating. I don't know why we're vibrating, but it is kind of funny. So we'll I think it's to do with the animation. I think it's just an idle animation. Regardless, we're going to leave them to do their digging while we sort out a plan here. So we need to get rid of these guys or tame them because they are kind of encroaching upon our newfound land. Same with this guy here. Now, I do want to tame them. They look pretty cool and they're alphas. They are therefore much stronger. We also need to get a kind of structure system going on here. So let's first go to our furniture and start stockpiling up some shelving. Now, we're just going to do this as a mega storage unit. This is our kitchen, meaning this is only going to store food. I will quickly do that in a moment. For now, though, we're going to leave it. I don't want to use all of our wood, so that's all I'm going to build on that for now. This is going to be our bedroom. We want a nice, extravagant room because we're extravagant. Another thing to show off, again, I really like modded RimWorld. Here's a mod called the Psycast. It's, I believe, vanilla expanded Psycasts. Really, really cool. These backgrounds are custom chosen. I can't just have it like this, which actually doesn't look as bad. But I really prefer these little pictures. They look dope. Now, the first one that we've gone with here is the Technomancer. This allows us to mend any kind of tools that we get, anything like that. So if we get any even from raids or any enemies, we're going to be pretty set. And I'm happy about that. We do obviously need to meditate though. Meditation is what we use for our psychasting abilities. And that's pretty darn important, I would say. Why are you... Anyway. So with those done, now we're going to select them all, link the settings, go to the storage, clear all, and then allow meals, raw food, and hemogen packs. Uh, that's all we want. We're going to have to mine out this here vein, so we might actually add in... maybe not, maybe not. Starvation. Can you not go and harvest, like, the fruit that I told you to... Go harvest this orange tree. Or actually, harvest the bigger one. It'll grant you more oranges. That is a lot of oranges. That's a ton. What? That's actually insane. That's pretty cool. So those orange trees are going to come in valuable. Now, we're going to, again, the main idea, now that RimWorld has actually expanded into a space kind of thing with grav ships and everything, I want to get our own. Eventually, we'll get a quest that should spawn in one. We'll just have to defend. But until that time comes, let me just go over the final bits of information for our starting episode of the series, where we have hopefully explained a lot. This here, when you destroy it, will give you something that allows you to become what is known as a mechanator, which allows you to control mechanoids to help you around. Now, as someone who I kind of want to keep, I want to stay as a solo kind of how do I put it? I don't want other colonists to exist. What is their durability? They're at 100%, I believe. Come and don't wear this stuff. Put it on. You're no longer naked. Pretty good. Alright, so I feel now that we've explained a lot of the mods, there's just one left. And that is that's the hygiene mod. Essentially, it implements the fact that you'll need to wash yourself and use toilets. It's pretty annoying, if I'm being honest, right? But the reason that we have it is pretty well founded. I'd like to believe there is a specific point in this mod that allows you to wash tainted clothes. Now, for those that know RimWorld, you know tainted clothes give the person that wears them a negative debuff. Whereas if we use the now washing machine, instead of having tainted clothing, it gives us a wonderful fresh pair of clothes as if we've never known they were tainted. This allows us to wear clothes, apparel, and anything essentially from any kind of enemy that comes to attack us. We have so much food. What do you mean? Need meal source. I do agree with that. I do agree with that. But for now, let's go and let's start making some new areas here. So what we need to do is we need to get an electricity, which means we need to start researching. I'm going to do a lot of the researching off camera. So if you guys see suddenly that we do have a lot more researching done, that is simply because it was done off camera. It is essentially a very long and painful task. I'm going to leave that there. It's a long, painful task on the sole sense that it's, what? Enjoying the, what are these? What are you? A bed bug? This is disgusting. And you're telling me that they're mine. Oh, I don't like this. Eggs? Ew. What kind of meat do you drop with these? Ugh. Okay. Well, that's disgusting. I guess we're making ourselves a pen. That's disgusting. Anyway, we'll sort out a pen and everything quickly. For now, let's get that, and let's actually sort out that pen because we do have the time to just quickly do it. We're going to do it. Where can we put a pen in this area? Because we do want to have a nice little spot for our farm and everything else. So we'll do the pen. I think we'll do it near the entrance, actually. Let's do it here for now. We can move it whenever we need to, and then we're going to do a fence gate. We're going to click on this, make a pen marker, and click that. Now, this guy is going to quickly make this, which is our research bench, and then he's going to build up the pen. Now, this is what a research tree looks like. As you can tell, there's a lot of research to be done, and I mean a lot. Now, here's the hygiene area, the vanilla expanded, vehicles, because we do have vehicles which will allow us to do a lot. There's mechanoid upgrades that makes the mechanoids a lot better, along with allowing us to have even stronger versions of them. There is this anomaly area that is part of the DLC and our again main. Now this is where we're gonna be for a while because we're gonna want that. We're gonna want this, so we're gonna begin research on that. Do these guys not go in a pen? Can I not put you in a pen? Please get in the pen. Uh, oh, I don't like that. I mean, it's not bad looking, but it's it's definitely creepy, regardless of how bad looking, good looking it is. But I think now that Elekio Lecchio has to do his research, I think we best leave him to do it. So on that note, as always, guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys are as excited as I am for this series. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Don't forget that there is a new Discord out. Make sure to join if you guys are interested. It is just there in case people are interested in joining the community. But as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.